Welcome, my dear friends. Welcome to the session. I thought let's start with a very common topic and very important topic in the construction field. And parallelly, I thought why don't we share some issues related to defects in the concrete. So we will start this session today on durability of the concrete and challenges in the present day. So let's start the session. Uh, I'll not be sharing any PPTs in this as this is purely a workmanship and some natural issues will be involved in this and design related issues are involved in this. So we will see one by one photos, examples and codal provisions. So let's start with this. So let us see what exactly durability of the concrete means. So when you say durability, the exact definition of durability is, you can say, the concrete of its most important properties because it's essential the durability of the concrete. Okay, so it's most important and it's vast subject in itself. When we say durability of the concrete, so what is the exact definition of the concrete? The exact definition of concrete as per the sources is the concrete should be capable of withstanding the severe and any kind of climatic conditions for infinite duration. This is a technical definition of durability of concrete. Now you can call it as a anti-cracks or anti-effective, or you can say a longer duration stable. You can derive this meaning from this sentence like anything. But for me, a concrete which can withstand any kind of climatic effects, whether it is extreme climate or interim climate or internal or external, it should be ready to withstand that effect without changing its shape, size or strength. That is called as durability. And the duration, of course, the concrete should be designed for infinite duration in my ways. But generally people say I want it for 100, I want it for 20, I want it for 30 years. It depends on the designer, but the concrete, it is designed for infinite duration. It should be able to withstand for any kind of climatic calamities or effects or any climate attacks or chemical attacks without changing its shape, strength, size. It's called as durability of the concrete. Now, as per the present scenario, if you see, we are doing specialized concrete or performance based concrete in very populated dense areas. When we call it as a populated and dense areas, obviously it will be a critical structure or a critical monument or critical element. In my way, whichever it is a populated and dense area, it is polluted area. When you say it is a polluted area, right? The polluted the word itself is filled with chemicals, filled with harmful elements, substances in the air or environment, right? Aggressive marine environment, it can be anything, but the pollution is a pollution. See, I'm not talking about pollution is environmental pollution aspects. I'm talking about a pollution means the pollution or pollutants or elements which can affect the concrete. Correct? So we are dealing the concrete in highly polluted areas nowadays. It may be a subsoil or a sub underground water, a water table, right? Coastal area water table. So, if you see in other way, we are doing concreting or we are experimenting our concrete technology in a hostile condition. You know what is hostile condition? Hostile condition means some elements are out of your control. So you have to manage with the product which is under your control. So you should manage the hostile condition. So, in short, I would like to tell that we, as a concrete technologist, it is our equal responsibility and a duty to design the concrete as per the need, which is called as performance-based design. Right now, so what are the performance-based design needs? I have already explained you in one of the link I can share here that performance-based design concrete is a need of the day. Now, what are the performance criteria we are looking at? Obviously, flowability, durability, workability, XYZ, right? So now, whenever we use the word, the moment I use word called durability, the first picture comes in front of our colleagues or friends' eyes is cracks. Now, how these cracks? In my words, that is not a crack. Actually, it's a lack of durability or lack of performance. Somewhere something has gone wrong. So concrete is not performing as per our design. Where it is getting failed. So that also we can tell you the exact sentence of that is lack of durability can be caused by external agents arising from the environment or by the internal agents within the concrete. Causes can be categorized as physical, mechanical, chemical, etc. Now, physical means what? By disturbing the formwork or disturbing the reinforcement inside. Less cover. Less cover. Mechanical means what? It's associated mainly with abrasion or thermal movements, right? But when it's say chemical, the chemical plays a major role because as I explained you in my earlier videos, nowadays we are making concrete to act as per our need or requirement using chemical admixtures. Now, sometimes this rheology of the concrete will be affected if there is some variation in adding the admixture. I hope you agree with this. Right? So, let us see that physical, it is in your control that yes, I can control with the with training the laborers and adding the extra supports, etc., etc. Mechanical, we can observe the movements, observe the abrasions, observe the things, and we can take action accordingly. But chemical is a substance which is variable. We have to do trial and trial and trial to understand what and how it behaves. Right? So, what are the chemicals may attack in this? In that also we have two type of chemicals. One is internal chemical, one is external chemical. Internal chemical, as I mentioned, it is mainly because of admixtures, right? Additives. But when it comes to external, there are some acid attacks, seawater, saline water, sulfate attacks, chlorides, alkali, right? So there are many things of that which will directly affect the reinforcement. And when it comes to directly reinforcement level, reinforcement is nothing but a bones of the concrete, right? So it's more dangerous compared to other attacks. So to avoid that chemical attack or external chemical attack, what can be done? So obviously the concrete should be impermeable. When it say concrete should be impermeable, that means even water should not be able to travel through the concrete once it is hardened. Correct? So what does this all includes? Obviously permeability itself is a big chapter again if I start in that way. But permeability is the ease with which a liquid or gases can travel through concrete. Permeability. So concrete, if you want to avoid the external chemical attack, the concrete must be designed for impermeability. Right? The property is the interest in relation to the water tightness of liquid retaining structure and to chemical attack. So how can we design a impermeable concrete? Or in fact, is concrete by itself impermeable? It's a question. So to answer this question, no, concrete is not permeable by itself. We have to design it, we have to plan it accordingly. Unfortunately, we have no specified tests mentioned in ASTM or BS for measurement of the permeability of the concrete. But yes, there are some comparative elements and designer requirements will be mentioned, that what is the permeability percentage is required. But if rather than going into deep of this too technically, I know you will get more contents in your on internet about this. I would like to explain a simple understanding word, that permeability is nothing but impermeability is nothing but you are trying to avoid water to reach up to water or acid or alkali or whatever the chemicals, external chemicals, we are trying to avoid them to reach up to reinforcement bar. It's a major, right? The moment it reaches up to reinforcement bar, your corrosion of reinforcement starts, and the concrete structure cannot be survived. So there are many ways nowadays, like coated bars they are using. So in case of the saline water or salt water in the coastal areas, or environmental attack happens also, it can be protecting. But many times we see the reinforcement start corroding inside it, and outside the coating will be remain. So irrespective of the situation, first action is to avoid water or any chemical to reach up to the reinforcement bar. That's the first stage of achievement to avoid the failure and increasing the durability. The more impermeable concrete, the stronger of the concrete. Right? Now, what does the study says? What does the commonly available testing method says? That the sides of the concrete specimens are sealed and water under pressure is applied on the top of surface. When steady state condition have been reached, it may take around 10 days to see the practical. The quantity of water flowing through the given thickness of the concrete is given, the time is measured. The water permeability will be expressed in coefficient of permeability. So there are equations mentioned to explain this permeability. But my today's session, we will give it part one of this concrete, since many of my viewers are asking me to give a shorter length of the video. So in my view, to just keep a follow-up session or a next continuation session, that in my view, that one of the main reason of deterioration of the concrete in the past, why this performance has started, why people started focusing, is that too much focus was placed on compressive strength in earlier days. That means if my concrete is M20 or M30 or M40, my concrete is good. That's enough. Result, what happened? Though you are doing with a good strength concrete in say water or a lake or a sea area, the strength alone will not matter, right? Because the strength will give the best of the industry, but the degree of harshness in the area, her degree of attacks in those areas plays a major role. And when people started facing those kind of challenges in the structure, they started realizing that the time is now to change the rheology of the concrete based on the need of the day. So this durability aspects, the fundamental principles of permeability aspects, and other aspects have cropped in. So presently we'll stop here with only permeability aspects in today's session, and next session we will discuss about other durability aspects, and especially on cracks, type of cracks, how they occur, generally what are the basic reason of the crack occurrence, and extra etc. So let us stop today. So hope stay tuned, hope you like this, and please subscribe my channel, and please do comment. Thank you. See you soon.